else? What else? I wonder if I can...
Sorry, I'm a bit tired today. I've been thinking of taking a little time off. Maybe doing some traveling or some such.
Travel with me to paradise between your legs. Oh, Brain, I trust you well. I hope I had some impact in you. Some people have trouble recognizing when they really need someone to talk to. Another notch, my sad women, nothing more. I'm done with you. That was hurtful and inappropriate. You can go back to sleep. Yes, I'm done with you. No. Love. So now we move to where? I actually don't have anything inventory wise, I mean. On the other hand, she has a lot of space. She's somewhat annoying, considering I am the one, but I cannot give her any weapons. She will start equipping them haphazardly. Okay, let's go. We shall have to live with it. Let me check my books. How much are they? Okay, yeah, let's read the books, why not? Let's make it The Adventures of Green, Ricard, and Wu Wei. Circumstance. She was a goddess in her own right, for all she casts upon us. Witness the trials of our three heroes, and know of what I speak. Have knowledge first of young Wu Wei, sheltered monk of the elven race, thrown to the winds that he might find a path. Instead he found a briar, but with good friends to share the picking of his fortune. Joined with him were Green and Ricard, young and true, and in that order. They came with their dreams and hopes for fortune, their homes long lost behind them, their bridges burning literally. In time, they would address that cast them out, but food and an aching feet would first need their attention. Give me a second. Something is unraveling in this end. I need to fix it. Okay. Wayward went they all breaking trail where dungeons hide. Tales had told of treasure here and treasure there, and they forgot that the tales. Most of all, lost they got a plenty of it. Then one more, they cracked the dawn and adventure didn't hide. They needed no scouting skill, no premonition. It landed in their lap, or rather in their camp. A tower stretching high above, as though yawning with them as they woke, somehow seeming just as surprised that its doorstep was there, as they were to be on it. It was almost peculiar, and a cheer went up, for that was what they wanted. Of course, it wasn't a right, it was an adventure. An adventure, most of all, takes you where you shouldn't be. And they clambered, clamoring, sure of what must be done. They would search it well from top to spine, ready to let each corner yield its treasure. Wayward buildings scream of wizards and careless alchemy. There had to be something within, some fortune to walk away with. Walk away it did. Green and Wu were the first to sprint the stairs, while Rickard lagged behind. The air was strong for headlong joy, and the walls were unwisely damp, and he thought to himself that something just wasn't right with this instant tower. Well, what a perceptive fellow. The topmost rooms would reveal why. Seeing no treasure, no gems, no captured maidens. Instead, there was a mouth. And not just any mouth, but the very worst kind of mouth. It being one that they were already in. The understanding dripped down their spines. The tower was not a tower. What it was hungry. Mimic. A bloody great mimic. Our heroes lived, of course, for it would not wish to profit from their story had they met a tragic end. Although, truth be told, if they had skin on their teeth before they escaped, they would have surely lost it by now, but gained a bit of trepidation and wisdom in its place. Remember well what has been told, and learn from their misfortune. Look for something long enough and you will find it. Look for something without understanding and it will find you. Okay. First book down. Next one. Yeah, let's go to the right. Why not? The rival orc tribes after great battles. One portal opened by Whorehouse various wizards led to a world populated by such orcs. These orcs used the portal to invade Faerun, overrunning many northern settlements and slaying thousands. The manifestation of the god kings of both Whorehouse and Unther battled the orcs, and the orcs retaliated by summoning divine others of their own deities. During these conflicts, known as the Orc Gate the orc god Komsh slew Mulhorandi, sun god Re, and the first known deicide in the realms. Many of the etheric deities were slain as well. The human deities eventually prevailed, and the orcs were slain or driven northward. Really? Deities Set and Osiris battled to succeed Re and Set murdered his rival. Horus absorbed the divine power of Re and became Horus Re. Defeated Set and cast the evil god into the desert. Isis resurrected Osiris and all of the Mulhorandi pantheon, but Set united in support of Horus Re. The two old nations paused to rebuild their power and lick their wounds. During this time, the empires of Rumathar and Narfel rose in the battlefield territories to the north, In Uther, their chief god Enlil abdicated in favor of its son Gilgam and banished. And Ishtar, the only other surviving Utheric deity, gave the power of her manifestation to Isis and banished as well. Gilgalad began his 2,000-year decline into despotic tyranny as the ruler of Uther. But this was more like a history of the deities, not of the orcs. But I guess deicide is very important. Helmhold! This is the day trouble southeast of the winter is Helmhold, a fortified monastery dedicated to the god of gods. It was founded around the time 1340 DR Dale reckoning by Dumal Erard, a retired member of the company Great Ventures of Waterdeep. It has grown to a watchful community of over 700 faithful. The people have grown their own crops, herd their own cattle, dig wells for their own water, and patrol the area with vigilance. They will give shelter to the traveler beset or weakened by brigands or monsters. Okay. Next one. Maybe they will receive us in the future. The wars of the creator races. The ancient days before the rise of the created races, great wars were fought by the creator races, the reptile creatures, the amphibians and the avian peoples. The Avian People's Republic. Though most of these wars were fought against other races, many were fought between themselves as well, and they sought to gain dominance over the realm or another. Only a few tales from this time survives. One recounts a group of reptile creatures that betrayed their own kind for the sake of control over a powerful temple. The traitors used the trust of the simple townsfolk to infiltrate the temple area and then used the raw force to reach the temple's defenses, murdering loyal guardians before seizing control of the site. Once in control of the temple, the city rulers were caught and slain, and the attackers seized the reins of the whole city. Their efforts were for naught. Within a year, the city was burned to the ground by an army of avian peoples. This is a very crazy understanding of... yeah. Usually, one does not picture reptiles, amphibians, and avians as the creator racers. Yeah. How the fuck did they create humans or elves or the rest of the things running around here? The leadership of Neverwinter. The city of Neverwinter was originally founded by Lord Whorehouse Never. This great lord was laid to rest, so Locato and Tails swear, on a huge slab of stone encircled in a ring of naked swords, laid with their points radiating outward. These magic blades animate to tackle intruders if the precise instructions graven in the cryptic verses of the flagstones are not followed. I think this is actually related to a quest. Yeah. Today Neverwinter is ruled by Lord Nasher Alagondar, an amiable and balding warrior who keeps his city firmly in the Lord's alliance. Lord Nasher has laid many intrigues and magical preparations against the attacks from Neverwinter's warlike rival town, Luskan. Nasher doesn't allow maps of the city to invade. That can't be good for city planning. This is to keep the spies of Luskan busy and add a minor measure of difficulty to any Luskanite invasion plans. The royal badge of the city is a white swirl, a sideways M, which points to the right and connects 3 white snowflakes. Each flake is different, but all are encircled by silver and blue halos. Lord Nasher is always accompanied by his bodyguard, the Neverwinter 9. These warriors are entrusted with the many magic items Nasher accumulated over a very successful decade of adventuring. Yeah, I'm sure he's a great man. And he will have a great, beautiful grave in which I will dance. The doom brings us. The world was not always as is it now. There was a time before time, when the land was shaped by the will of the creator races. These were not gods, but the power and magic they wielded was greater than anything since. For ages they ruled unchallenged, but at the time of the Great Cooling, a new threat emerged. The new races, the lesser beasts that would become you and I, had grown in their confidence and power and began asserting themselves on the land. Yeah. Humans usually do that. One of the creator races, their name is now lost to the wastes, and let it never be found or spoken again, turned its awesome power to conquest and brought forth the great warrior machines. They were fearsome to behold, and there was no doubt of their intent. They were the Doombringers, and they would unleash devastating power upon the world. The young races should have been trampled underfoot, but their fate intervened. The master of the Doombringers had seen their empire pushed to the edges of the realms, past the peaks of that would become the spine of the world. They huddled in the lonely mountains, waited for their old glory to return. But this race had upset the greater balance with their war machines, taking away the very life force of the earth around them. They did not heed the groaning of the stone until their great walls. Holes and bolts fell around them and closed them under the earth. Entombed, the creators could not mind their Doombringers now standing idle before the forces that would destroy them, the lesser races, the earliest of us but not yet us. They were as ants beneath the giants, but they slowly brought them down. And it was victory, but it was only the inattention of the masters that allowed it. They would not stay buried. The threat would surely come again, and all lived in fear until the forgetting. Well, this book is basically destroying the forgetting. Did someone remembered? Song and tale have passed the legends of the earliest times, but much has been lost on how we gained our foothold among the giants. All we really know is that now we are the masters and the creators of things grand and beautiful, and whatever came before us is gone. There are ants beneath our feet that we think nothing of, but it is best to remember that we were once as they are, and above us were beings greater than we shall ever be. Let us be mindful and not look away, lest our Doombringers fail. Well, Well, if they were so great, how the fuck did they lose? All that bullshit about not paying heed to the needs of the earth. Well, I'm guessing some god intervened on that. But well. The Sword Coast, between Waterdeep and the spine of the world, lies a wedge-shaped piece of land along the coast of the Sea of Swords, roughly 700 miles north to south and almost 200 miles across in its widest. At the western tip of the spine of the world is Icewind the northmost settled land in this part of Faerun. The long road stretching from Waterdeep to Miral defines the eastern extent of the Sword Coast north. The Sword Coast was the first part of the north to be inhabited by civilized people. Most of its area is covered in gently rolling grasslands, and the herders and farmers found it easily here. Sometimes the land touches the Sea of Swords in Pebble Beach, but it must often meet the water in a series of sea caves, broken rocks, pits, and the low cliffs of marked by pillars of rock, served by the tireless waves. This terrain lends itself to smuggling, yeah, of course. Caves, a coast, difficult access from the mainland, but it also forces ships to navigate close to the shore to be small and of shallow draft, and therefore they are vulnerable to the driving onshore storms that often pound the area. Wooden hills and forgiving mountains bound the region to the east, and beyond this barrier is the expanse of the Desaring River system. Along the Sword Coast, the great trade towns of Leon, Luskan, Neverwinter, Port Lyast, and Waterdeep keep the area from descending into chaos. The central portion of the northern Sword Coast is underlain by several current systems: the endless currents of the High Forest, the underground system of the High Moor, accessed from Dragonspear Castle far to the south, and the currents under Mount Waterdeep that dwarfs expanded into Undermountain. Yeah. Lovely information. Next. The Trade of Blades. Penned by Augustus Gale, founder of the notorious Trade of Blades Guild and Whorehouse, this book appears to be a rather lengthy self-published rant on why the city guards of Neverwinter should not be wasting time trying to moderate the activities of mercenaries. His argument appears to be thinly veiled extortion, implying unthought mayhem if the needs of these sellers are not accommodated. Well, that's a very compelling argument, if you ask me. Allow us to sell our services or we will burn this place down. That seems logical. Except, much has been made of the threat to our lands and homes posed by the men and women of the sword. Those that walk the roads with no ties to Lord or Lady. Many have argued that allowing these creatures to maintain quarters in Neverwinter is doing by trouble. I would say that to turn them away would bring double or triple hardship down upon the surrounding settlements. If you deny the mercenary his living, what recourse will he or she have but to turn to banditry? Would it not make sense to allow the Trade of Blades to welcome them, thus imparting a sense of kinship in the city? Does it need to be said that hiding them here for our hire is far better than turning them away and into the arms of our enemies, the Luskanese? It is best It is in the best interest of Neverwinter that not only is the mercenary tolerated, but welcomed with open arms. Alright. Yeah, that is a logical statement. Next one. Luskan Arcane Brotherhood. The dangers of Lusk pale in comparison to the host tower of the Arcane, the home of the Arcane Brotherhood. This magically created stone structure is built to resemble a giant tree or an open human hand. It rises into a central spire surrounded by four spires. What? Okay. At the points of the compass, all are equal in height, and each bristles with many lesser spires, balconies, and branching turrets. The Arcane Brotherhood is a mercantile company and spellcasters skilled in maintaining several safe houses in Luskan and in other cities of the north, and at least one fortress somewhere in the mountains north and east of Luskan. The host tower, however, is the seat of its strength. Hard information on the upper echelons of the Arcane Brotherhood is very difficult to come by. It is clear though that some of the senior wizards have recently been destroyed or trapped in the forms from which they cannot escape, communicate, or work magic. Well, what would be of a guild that allowed that to happen to its leadership? I don't think this is going well. Some have been moved behind the scenes and some have left the Brotherhood to pursue their own aims. Lichdom, mastery in other lands or planes of existence, and so on. Even still, it should be noted that the current activities of the Shentarim, the Cult of the Dragon, and the Red Wizards of Thay reveal that they haven't managed to place agents or even spies in any positions of importance within the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood has been known to challenge with menacing rapidity to change, and its internal feuds tend to be deadly. Travelers are advised to avoid even coming to the attention of this evil, manipulative group. Well, we shall seek them out and learn the Nether Scrolls. Long ago, an unknown adventurer discovered a set of magic writings that held vast secrets of magic. These writings came to be called the Nether Scrolls. Taken together, they granted insight into the mysteries of spellcasting, the creation of magic items and constructs, the relations and structure of the planes, and even the making of artifacts. Although all of the Nether Scrolls were lost or stolen over the following 2,000 years, by then the information they contained had changed the Netherese society forever. The Lords of Netheril developed forms of magic never seen before in the world. The Mythalar was an invention by the Netherese wizard Lowlaum that gave power to nearby items, negating the need for expenditure of a spellcaster's energy to create magic items. The Mythalar also allowed the creation of flying cities formed by slicing off and inverting the top of a mountain. Well, that is something. Yeah. Pretty clever solution. Yeah. The Netheril people took to the skies in these flying enclaves of magic, safe from human barbarians and the hordes of evil humanoids. Every citizen wielded minor magic, and the Netheril traded with nearby elven and dwarven nations, expanding the reach reach of their empire greatly. Well, it's very difficult to stop an empire that moves in the skies. Yeah, imagine if aliens came to Earth. How the fuck do you stop an empire that is basically in the skies? Well, nuclear weapons, but then everything will fall back on your silly little cities rooted in the land. You will lose anyway. The Imp's prison. Popular legend tells of Sylvan creatures luring men within trees, where exist an entire kingdoms known as the Fairy Realms. A less popular legend tells of similarly mischievous group of imps. According to the tale, these imps lure people into their realms by taunting them with something that they may desire, such as wealth or pleasure. Well, you have to be a very, very sick man or woman to want pleasure from an imp. Unless imps here are very different from the ones I'm used to. Once the person follows, entranced by the whisperings of the imps, he finds himself within a twisted abyss, bereft of hope or the possibility of escape. But surely, in an imp paradise. Waterdeep, often called the City of Splendors, lies in the southwestern edge of the north. It boasts a population of almost 1.5 million, though the actual number varies seasonably. In times of busy trade, the city hosts 5 times his number. Almost every surface-dwelling race has representation here, and many have taken a permanent residence. The halfling population grows annually, promising to become the largest non-human race in residence. To match their racial variety, most of their religions have shrines or temples. Waterdeep was first used as a trading site more than 2 millennia ago. As recently as 1,000 years ago, permanent farms had sprung in the area. The first mention of Waterdeep not as a city but as a collection of warlords occurred just 400 years ago. The city was truly established as a going concern by 1032 DR. The year of Aharion became the first lord of Waterdeep, and the date from which North reckoning is counted. The city grew spectacularly, such that by 1248 DR, both the City of the Dead and the guilds had been developed. The guildmasters seized control soon afterwards, ushering a period of unrest and bitter conflict known as the Guild War. Really? The Guild Wars. These wars ended only when the 2 surviving guildmasters brought in their own periods of peace rule. Not until 1273 DR was the present system of government instituted with the establishment of the Magisters and the Secret Lords of Waterdeep firmly re-established in power. Since that time, the city has continued to grow and prosper. Members of every race come from all of the realms to earn a coin. The city has splendors over the years. These successful merchants have set up guilds and become nobility themselves. The secretive lords of Waterdeep police the city with a light hand, exercising polite authority by means of the city guards, city watch, and over 20 black-robed magisters. So they have a secret police with a leadership that hides itself from public scrutiny. But everything works right. Maybe they are enlightened despots or something. As a result, Waterdeep has grown tolerant of different races, religions, and lifestyles. This in turn has encouraged commerce, and Waterdeep today is a huge, eclectic city, one of the most vibrant and prosperous in the whole of Faerun. Alright, next. Next. Only 3 to go, imagine that. Neverwinter Wood. This hefty tome attempts to a complete history of Neverwinter Wood, but the crux of what is known is summed up in the following passage. While many of the tale has suggested that there is a dark forest that we call the wood their home, there is yet no definite answer as to what truly hides within. Many acclaim as a garden force watching over it, but never one so malevolent that is supposedly in residence there. These woods have never been locked by men, and they are feared and shunned by locals. Yet in the orc hordes alter their course around and never through, though usually only after suffering a goodly number of stubborn casualties. So the Neverwinter Wood is a place, not a thing. For some reason I thought it was a thing. The Doombringers. Yeah, we have read this one already. Luskan Arcane Brotherhood. Let me see. Yeah, I also read that one. Alright, that was it. Now we need to sell shit and to the docks. How the fuck do I get out of here? Bigger. I'm guessing right, maybe. Yes, this is the second floor. Okay. Peninsula it is. But first, to the Pond of the Gods, so we can sell our shit. To whomever pays from the other side. I find that an interesting mechanic. You throw shit into a pond, gold comes out. Let's do it! Examine the pool of broken wishes. Everything goes in there. Yeah, I had promised that book reading session for a long time, and now I have made my word mean something, and that's it. Now we proceed